While the Seattle Kraken's effort, energy, and attack looked improved last night compared to the first time they played the Edmonton Oilers, they ended up surrendering the game 4-3 in overtime after succumbing to a few of their worst recurring habits: fumbled leads and a failure to play a full 60, or in this case, a full 65. Let's dive in. After a scoreless first period, the Edmonton Oilers grab a lead 5 minutes into the second period, and if this goal looks familiar, it's because we saw Jonathan Drouin of the Colorado Avalanche score against the Kraken in a similar manner on Monday, off the rush and on a play starting after an offensive zone faceoff. Now here, Seattle actually wins this faceoff in contrast to Drouin's goal, but weak possession leads to a turnover of the puck into a locked and loaded transition. Here, all things center around Allyson. He shoots from the point, which isn't a bad move. He's not too far into the zone, nor was it an ill-timed shot, but the puck takes an unfortunate rebound off the pads of Stuart Skinner and is sent up ice into the clutches of Leon Draisaitl. Bad bounces happen, it's not a big deal, but how a team handles a bad bounce is a completely different story. Edmonton drives play the other way on the rush, hightailing out of the zone for what starts as a 3-on-2 and then turns into a 2-on-1. Draisaitl maintains possession and passes to Connor McDavid for maybe the most dangerous controlled entry ever, which could explain Adam Larsson's defensive choice to focus his energy on suffocating Draisaitl. Vince Dunn is too far back to cover McDavid, leaving him wide open, which leads one to wonder if there is some kind of miscommunication between Dunn and Larsson. At any rate, they both fail to realize McDavid is wide open and in possession of the puck, which is a little hard to believe, or they think that any defensive effort from there would be futile because neither makes an effort to go after him. At that point, running out of room, it's probably best for the defenders to let Joey Daccord handle it. They don't want to make his job any harder, and McDavid's already a hard enough opponent to tackle as it is. He ends up scoring, and this goal feels inevitable, partly because of McDavid's reputation, and partly because of just the way it went down. This means that to avoid getting caught in similar situations, preventative measures have to be enacted, namely on improving puck retrieval in the offensive zone and defending against the rush. As you'll notice, there's a little puck luck happening on the first goals from these two teams, and Seattle is next to wander into the good graces of the hockey gods. Jared McCann is able to tie the game at 1 a little over 7 minutes into the second period, and this is a great response from Seattle after allowing the first goal, an excellent demonstration of the defensive resiliency they've needed in their game so badly. Between Edmonton's goal and this game-tying sequence, Edmonton had sent 6 shot attempts flying towards Joey Daccord, but 3 of them were blocked by Kraken skaters, and they end up getting rewarded for it. Seattle loses a face-off in the neutral zone, and Warren Foegele drives into the offensive zone with possession. The key play here comes from Will Borgen, who stands up to Foegele along the walls and pushes him off the puck just below the blue line. His shutdown defensive play allows Jamie Alexiak to speed up out of the zone and receive a pass from Matty Beniers, who had gathered the loose puck and maintained possession long enough to escape Edmonton's forecheck. Alexiak, who's been a fantastic play driver for Seattle on the back end this season, particularly on the rush, cruises up through the neutral zone, no hesitation, and sends an awkward pass back to Jordan Eberle. As unexpected as it is, we don't often see Alexiak lose control of the puck or make messy passes like this as one of the stronger puck handlers on defense. Regardless, Eberle is able to regroup the puck off his skates and shoot, aiming for the far side of the net. His pass gets through because Alexiak's able to neutralize Vincent Descharnet's stick, and Jared McCann, thanks to his foresight and strong offensive zone instincts, heads straight for the net to bang the puck in off his leg. Luck isn't always bad. A team can't get lucky if they don't put themselves in a strong position to receive it, and this was a well-structured play. Seattle continues to push offensively, and it's the fourth line who finds them a lead. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare scores only his second point all season and his first in 8 games to put his team up by 1. The puck careens into the offensive zone and lands behind the net, where Bellemare and Kyle Yamamoto, both relentless on the forecheck, chase after it. Throughout this play, you'll notice that there are always 2 Kraken skaters on the puck, which allows them to quickly turn harmless board battles into dangerous scoring situations. When Evan Bouchard finds possession in the corner, Kyle Yamamoto pins his stick up and slips the puck out from his reach, far enough out from the boards for Ty Kartye, lurking behind, to grab it. Kartye knows that play was getting tight, what with the 2 Edmonton skaters trailing him, so he preserves possession by passing to Vince Dunn at the point. This ends up being the right move. Not only does Seattle end up opening up the offensive zone and establishing firm control over it, but Vince Dunn is able to shoot, and Bellemare is then able to deflect the puck in. Bellemare had moved net front as soon as he'd seen Kartye help Yamamoto pull the puck off the boards and wanted to get in prime position for a scoring opportunity should the puck move his way, and that's exactly what ended up happening. Stuart Skinner isn't screened on this play, he can see the play well and is in position to make a save, but because Dunn had wasted no time shooting, he'd beaten him cleanly. Controlling 81.43% of the total shot quality in the second period, it's no surprise Seattle is able to extend their lead once more before intermission. Seattle's in the offensive zone, hovering along the boards to begin this play. They're looking for a chance to pull the puck into open space, ideally for a scoring chance, just like they did with Belmar's goal. Eeli Tolvanen finds an opportunity to do so when he takes possession outside of the faceoff circle, and instead of passing, he takes advantage of an open lane straight to the net left by a stagnant Edmonton defense, and he decides to just let her rip from there. While constantly shooting regardless of strength of shot location isn't always the best strategy for scoring, in recent games, Seattle's demonstrated too much of a hesitancy to shoot, depriving them completely of the ability to quickly leverage offensive zone possession like this. Tolvanen shooting immediately is such a smart move because he doesn't wait for the perfect scoring chance to present itself. He just makes one. It's bold, and fortune favors the bold. Although the shot is slightly off target and does end up looking like a pass, Wennberg grabs the puck anyways, moving around the front of the net in pursuit of open space to shoot and eventually score. Edmonton is the only team to find any scoring in the third period, but it might be more accurate to say Evander Kane is the only skater to find any scoring. It's his 2 goals which serve as the catalyst for Seattle's unraveling, ending in a total surrender of their 2-goal lead. From the moment Edmonton enters the zone on this play, it's clear they hold authority. Connor McDavid speeds past the blue line and past a half-hearted attempt to slow him down from Yanni Gourde, and from there, play mostly sticks to passing around the perimeter. But, like Seattle had just done in their last 2 goals, Edmonton is able to weaponize play along the boards. Brandon Tanev attempts to interrupt this whirlwind that had descended upon the defensive zone, but his efforts are fruitless. Edmonton's working incredibly fast. Nobody from the Kraken is drastically out of position. Dunn and Larson, most importantly, have staked out the crease. However, the play at hand seems to have entranced Seattle, which allows Evan Bouchard to pull super far into the zone to pass to Kane in the slot, who'd gotten there by sneaking up behind Dunn from behind the net. Approaching with speed and capitalizing on a general lack of awareness of the most dangerous areas of the ice is the recipe for Evander Kane's success on this play. And Evander Kane naps the game-tying goal off of a one offensive zone face-off by Leon Draisaitl, who bulldozes through Pierre-Edouard Bellemare at the dot to take possession and send the puck up high. Notably, Edmonton has their goaltender pulled, so they utilize the man advantage to simultaneously keep Bellemare down and out, while also setting up enough skaters throughout the zone to move the puck for a chance, which is exactly what they do and why the play looks overrun with Edmonton's presence. By my count, 6 quick passes are made to move the puck from the point to the net, completely bypassing Seattle's defensive structure to score. There's not much to be said about this play other than you need your hired face-up help to win face-offs. Some help from the wingers might have been needed on this one. Naturally, Evander Kane completes his hat trick in overtime, becoming the second Edmonton skater in less than a week to score a hat trick against the Kraken. Ouch. Edmonton had dominated for the better part of the overtime period, and it wasn't a shock to see them score to take the win. However, the defense on Seattle's part was. They were careless and almost seemed checked out. Yanni Gourde loses his footing at the beginning of the play, and that should have been the point at which the rest of the skaters on ice took it upon themselves to batten down the hatches to survive this next inevitable sequence. Zach Hyman receives a pass in front of the paint, joined by Evander Kane, and at this point, Justin Schultz is the lone Kraken skater remaining in defense at the crease. When it dawns on him what's unfolding, he commits to a defensive slide to prevent a dangerous cross-slot pass, which normally would have been smart. But once Schultz is down and out, he's limiting his defensive reach. All Hyman has to do to get around him is pass over or literally just skate around him. Overtime offense with fewer bodies and more space is fluid, and making oneself static on defense opens up way too much time and space for the opponent to score. Deciding to defensively slide is like completely removing oneself from the game completely, and at that point, you deserve a loss.